So yesterday in the House Oversight Committee, Jim Jordan was talking about Don Lemon, and specifically Don Lemon going into a church as part of a reporting effort because of connections with ICE, and this church supporting ICE's efforts to do deportations, etc. And he got arrested. They were trying to charge him with a bunch of stuff that didn't ultimately stick. And he was trying to defend that. And Jim Jordan comes out and says, well, yes, you have a First Amendment right to speech and to protest, but you can do that outside. You don't have a right to come into Congress and disrupt Congress or to trample on somebody else's rights. That is interesting that Jim Jordan said that. It's also ironic considering Jim Jordan was under investigation for participation in the events leading up to January 6th, 2021. Where we saw a certain group of people who were supporting Donald Trump go into the Capitol trying to disrupt the abilities of Congress to do its job and to certify the election. And now Jim Jordan is saying, well, you don't have the right to do that. So which side is it, Jim? Because you have been defending January 6th. You're one of the ones that comes out later trying to call it a peaceful protest and, they weren't doing anything wrong. You like to spin the narrative to spin it whichever way that makes it fit whatever you're talking about here. You want to defend January 6th? Oh yeah, that was peaceful. They can do that. But now you have Don Lemon who went into a church and was trying to do actual reporting on things involving ICE, and you say, no, that's not the way you're supposed to do that. We don't like that. Donald Trump incited an insurrection by bringing in his supporters into the Capitol for January 6th, trying to prevent them from doing their certification of the election that day. And you have been trying to defend them. And now you come out saying the exact thing we've been saying for a long time, that no, they didn't have the right to do that. And he's right. You don't have the right to go into Congress and disrupt their proceedings to a point where they can't actually do their job. You do have a right, however, to protest. However, some ICE agents are also trying to say, you don't even have a right to protest, and they want to arrest people for even protesting. So Jim Jordan accidentally says the right thing, and he gets it right yesterday. But he's been on both sides of this issue. And he famously did not answer a subpoena to talk about January 6th. So the fact that he is even sitting on an oversight committee is ironic and almost feels like a slap in the face to the rest of us out here. But he did get it right. You can't disrupt proceedings like that.